We just got to Newhalem Creek Campground in North Cascades National Park. Come along with us as we spend a couple of days camping and exploring this amazing park. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Kemp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. We're at Newhalem Creek Campground in North Cascades National Park. I'm so excited to be here. This is my first time ever camping in a national park out west. I have camped at Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, but I've never camped in a national park out west before. Super excited about it. Super excited to be here. Gonna get the trailer detached, gonna get the tent set up, get everything ready, and then maybe explore the park. I don't know. Might just hang out for a little bit. It's a beautiful day. This is a beautiful campground. We're gonna do a full campground review for this campground as well, so stay tuned for that. But let's get things set up. All right, guys, we're all set up. So we are at site 86 at Newhalem Campground, as I said before. So I'm going to turn the camera around and give you a little view of Site 86, and you can check it out for yourself. Here we go. So Site 86 is in Loop C. We're not too far from the dumpsters and the restroom, as well as a potable water supply. And then Site 86 is a pull-through site, but it is really tight getting a trailer around those trees. So we had a little bit of an issue, but we got through. We have a bear box, which indicates that we probably have some pretty good bear activity in this area. So we're going to make sure that we don't have anything out that will attract bears when we're not here. When we are here, I'm not too worried about it. But we've got Delaney set up in the Eureka Tetragon 3. There's our bear box. We've got a fire pit marked with some rock there and our chairs. We got our Kodiak canvas down in the hill a little bit. Not a whole lot of flat area to pitch tents in this site, but that's okay. And then we've got a picnic table. There's the cargo camper. We have our camp kitchen, but we don't have anything set out. We'll put our camp stove away when we're done cooking every night. So we'll only get out what we need for each meal. And then up there ahead is the Kemp bus. So we've got Starlink on the roof, and it is a partially obstructed view of the sky. And we also have really good cell phone signal here, guys. So that is a good thing for us as we are trying to get some work done. We had no cell signal and very limited Starlink at Coho Campground in Olympic National Forest. So we are playing a little bit of catch up here, but that's okay, because today was always an easy day. Get here, get set up, relax, go see the park tomorrow. So what a beautiful, beautiful spot. Really, really cool campground. I like it a lot. There's not a lot of vegetation to block sight lines, unlike Coho, and it's a little windy here, so hopefully you can hear me okay. But we can easily see our neighbors, and they can pretty much easily see us. Generator time is from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So we're running our Jenny right now, charging up our batteries, running a refrigerator, a whole bunch of stuff. And actually, guys, a bummer is that when I did all my tests at home, I was able to run the little dorm fridge that's in the cargo camper on the battery system, no problem. But a couple of days ago, whenever the compressor would hit, it would surge and it would shut down the battery system. And basically, if I wasn't there, it would be dead until I came back. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why the compressor is now surging and overloading the battery system, because it didn't do it at all at home. But the bottom line is I cannot run the little dorm fridge in the cargo camper anymore. So that really sucks. So I have everything either in the cooler or in my AlpaCool 12-volt freezer. And I have the big side still as a freezer and the little side as a refrigerator. So I've got a little bit of fridge space. And all we have is drinks in the refrigerator now. So the only time the refrigerator runs is if the generator's running. But it's enough to cool down the drinks before I put them in the cooler so we don't waste ice. So that's what we're doing. But I am so bummed that I can't run that little mini fridge. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe that fridge is starting to go. It came with the camper when I bought it. So I don't know. We'll see. And it just occurred to me, guys, to show you the fridge I'm talking about. So there's a little dorm fridge in the cargo camper. And shout out to my friends, Edie and Stu at the Little House of Beans. And a shout out to my friends, those who glamp together. I have a great time following them on Instagram. And we ran into them at, oh gosh, what park was that? I think it was Fort McAllister State Park in Georgia. They normally camp in Ohio. So if you guys are watching, hey guys. And of course, the cargo camper is a giant mess right now, but that's okay. Got our water jugs. That's probably enough from the campsite. So I will start the video again when we're doing something cool. All right, guys, straight off from the visitor center at Newhalem is a boardwalk to the Monroe Overlook. Let's go check it out. It's a pretty view from the overlook, but I think the clouds have socked in the high peaks back there. So we can't see it all. So it looks like, based on some weather, some road activity, some time constraints, that kind of thing, we're pretty much constrained to the part of the park that's associated with Highway 20. So we're gonna drive Highway 20 and go see what we can see, pointing out stuff along the way. Let's go. We're taking a hike to the Gorge Falls, which is near the power plant. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you guys can check it out. There's some gardens here, pretty nice. All depends on if you're a fan of hydroelectric power. Check it out. So there's the power plant. And there's the bridge we crossed. And here's Ladder Creek Falls. Wow. Guys, what an awesome series of waterfalls. Definitely worth the hike up the stairs to see this. It looks like there's a bridge up there, but I don't think we can get to it. It looks like it's blocked off. It's a bummer we couldn't get all the way up there. This is gorgeous. Interesting little water wheel. It's a shame it's not working. This is a beautiful place. All right, guys, Ladder Creek Falls was amazing. You can actually go in the dam, which was pretty cool. Highly recommend you stop here on your way through North Cascades. Let's go see what else we can see. Let's go check out Gorge Creek Falls. This place is amazing, but it's right by the side of the road, so you hear a lot of road traffic, which is a bummer, but the falls more than make up for the road traffic. Let's go see. Let's get over to the other side. Beautiful. Wow, guys, that was incredible. Both sides of the bridge looked pretty cool. Lots of car traffic noise, but the falls were pretty sweet. So let's go see what else we can find. I'm sure there's some more stuff in North Cascades National Park that is pretty spectacular. Let's hit it. One more crazy thing is just all the cool waterfalls that are right next to the roadway. We don't get waterfalls like this in Florida. Most people just drive right by and ignore them. Checking out Diablo Lake Overlook. Let's go see it. I was happy to see that the fog lifted enough that we were able to see the mountain peaks. The lake was beautiful. It was so windy up here, though. There was no way I could record any audio. The mic just picked up wind noise. It was so windy that we basically tried to find places to get out of the wind. So we would jump into the wind to check out the lake and then hide behind trees or whatever we could find to break the wind. It was also pretty chilly, but the views were incredible. All I wanted to do was get on a boat or a kayak or a canoe or something to go explore. You can see Barb hiding behind the tree there. Just a beautiful, beautiful part of the park. These lakes were incredible. And the peaks were just unreal. You can see why they call this the Alps of the West. Driving along in North Cascades, you're going to see a bunch of these little random waterfalls coming off the mountains. I don't know if any of them are named, but they are beautiful. Check this out. Okay guys, so if you keep going on Highway 20 and you go out of North Cascades National Park, you come into the National Forest, and I think it's called the Nakanagi National Forest. I might be wrong on that. I will write it down in the description below so that you can have the official name. But this overlook is called Mount Washington Overlook, and it is a fair distance out of the park, but it is worth coming to because you are way up high. So you're starting to get above the tree line, as you can see behind me. And there are mountain goats in the area. So we're going to go see if we can go find some mountain goats. I really hope we can. A guy that just walked back to the parking lot as we were walking up said he saw mountain goats. So let's hope we get lucky. Let's go take a look. And before I go look for goats, here's a look at the overlook. Beautiful up here. And cold. It's like 48 degrees with snow on the ground. The views up here are spectacular. Just gorgeous. Barb is looking hard for mountain goats, but we haven't found any yet. I'm really bummed as I really want to see one. I've never seen mountain goats in the wild. I've seen a lot of different species, but never mountain goats. Well guys, no mountain goats. It's probably time to head back to the van and head back towards the park. I'm super bummed. I was hoping I'd really get to see one, but that's okay. Guys, it is beautiful up here. So if you are looking for a good scenic drive coming up to Mount Washington Pass, definitely something to do. Let's go back and see what else we can find. Guys, just when I thought we were going to go home empty-handed, we found a mountain goat. How awesome is that? I am super excited. Check that out. I must have walked right past him. So cool. Doesn't look like he's foraging. Looks like he's licking minerals off the rock. Really cool. Time for us to head back and see what else we can see. But what an awesome encounter. Neat, neat, neat mountain goat. Sweet. All right, guys, we had an awesome day. I kept saying Mount Washington. It's Washington Pass. So just let everybody know about that. Now we've got a fire going, and we're gonna roast some brats and some hot dogs for dinner. Simple dinner at the campsite. Here we go. I have no idea why this is so satisfying, but it is. Well, guys, it's a cold and rainy morning here on day 2. So we've had a slow start. We kind of just hung out in the tent for a while, and then I got up between rain showers and made some muffins in the Omnia oven. We did a 2-flavor Omnia bake this time using the half molds. So we did orange cranberry on one side and strawberry on the other. Both of them were pretty good. I was pretty excited about that. Orange cranberry is a new flavor for us, so we're trying out all the different Martha White muffin flavors. Some we like more than others. But I think Delaney really liked the orange cranberry, so he's excited about that. We got one more package of those we'll be able to make eventually. We're saving chocolate chip because that, I think, is several of our favorites in the family. Of course, Barb is the standard blueberry. Nothing else compares. So, it is time for me to go do my campground review video. So if you haven't seen that, when it goes live, guys, I'm going to put a link right up here where you can see the campground review video for Newhalem Creek Campground at North Cascades National Park. I really like this campground. One of the things, though, that is new for me, because I mostly stay in state parks, is that what we found is in national forests and national parks, the restrooms have running water, which is great, but they don't have showers. So we are, not to get into too much detail, taking care of some hygiene with some washcloths and some hot water and some bowls and some soap and that kind of thing. I haven't shaved, so I'm getting a little mountain man-y, I guess, but yeah, I'm looking forward to a real shower, and I don't know when that will be because our next stop is Mount Rainier National Park, and I think we're staying on a U.S. Forest Service campground there, and then our stop after that is going to be at Crater Lake National Park in Oregon. So it might be a while before we get proper showers. So if you are planning a trip like this, right, because maybe you've never been here before, or maybe you've never stayed in the national parks and you're thinking about it, you want to think about things like showers, because I didn't. I took for granted that, I figured when I saw they had bathrooms with running water, I figured they had showers, and they don't. So we'll figure it out. If we have to beg, borrow, or steal a shower somewhere, maybe we will, but so far we're staying sufficiently clean, so don't worry about that. We aren't smelly yet. Tomorrow, though, as we drive to Mount Rainier National Park, we are going to stop and do laundry, which is another thing that you need to think about when you're on a long trip like this, because for us at doing a trip for 6 weeks, I almost have enough clothes. But Delaney doesn't and Barb doesn't, so we're going to stop and hit a laundromat. We carry laundry soap with us. We carry a bottle of laundry soap, and then we also get several rolls of quarters before we leave so that we can use coin-operated laundromats. A lot of them have, change makers and those kinds of things, but I've been to laundromats where the change maker doesn't work, or that kind of thing, and so you don't want to be stuck. So before you leave, always make sure that you have a roll of quarters if you're planning to do laundry. And even if you're not planning to do laundry, guys, it's a great thing to have. Maybe you just leave a couple rolls of quarters in your camper or in your tow vehicle or your camper van or whatever it is, your RV, because that way you have it if you need it, because you never know when something gets wet or dirty and you need to wash it. So just another tip. It is sunny right now. These little rain showers come and go, and when they come, they drench everything, and then the sun comes out again. So I'm going to try and take advantage of the sunny parts to go film my campground review. And then I don't know what the afternoon's going to bring. We've pretty much seen all of the park that we can see yesterday. So today might just be a hangout day. And also, if you guys are relatively new to my channel, you may not know that we also work while we travel. So we own a graphic design and web marketing business called Kemp Design Services. And so we have to create and manage websites, handle our search engine optimization, and all those things for all of our clients. And they want to make sure that they're getting their money's worth. So sometimes we have to stop and have a work day. So I think while I'm going to go film campgrounds, Barb is going to do some work for the business. And one of the awesome things about staying here at Newhalem Creek, guys, is we have full cell phone service, which is surprising. So we don't even need our Starlink. We can use Starlink here, but with the tree canopy, it's obstructed, so it's not as good as using our phones as hotspots. So, you know, plus for cell phone service. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go film campgrounds, and then we'll come back a little later in the video and see what else we can get into. Maybe we can find some shenanigans or at least something cool to see. Stay tuned. We're at the bottom of Gorge Lake, checking out the big stumps. Of course, Barb's got to get her feet in the water. It is freezing out here. It's blowing at least 20 miles an hour. Alright, she made it to the stumps. At least that stump. Well, I don't know if you could hear me at all when I was out there. It was blowing at least 20 miles an hour with the wind in the gorge, and it was cold. Of course, Barb loves to get in the water. So she decided to walk out to a couple of the stumps in Gorge Lake. Now we're at Diablo Lake. We're down by the Learning Center. We're going to go check that out. But before we do that, Barb said, well, I've already been in Gorge Lake. I might as well get my feet wet in Diablo Lake. So we're going to go do that, then head to the Learning Center. Let's go see what we can see. When you drive down by the Environmental Learning Center, there's a parking lot. And as you park, you can walk out onto this gravel bar and check out the lake. It is gorgeous. And then there's this stream that flows down into the lake from the mountainside. And it is just gorgeous. It was super windy, so we had to turn the mic off for a lot of this recording, but it was just gorgeous. Beautiful here, and not so windy right now. Oh, spoke too soon. And there we have Barb. She's officially been in Diablo Lake. The water flowing into the lake from this stream was crystal clear, absolutely gorgeous, and I imagine that during high flow times like snowmelt, it's completely covering the rocks. They say this water is 10 degrees colder than the Pacific Ocean. I believe it. It looks cold. Across the road from the parking lot, the stream comes down the mountainside. Here's a look at what it looks like. Just beautiful as this water just cascades over these rocks. All right, we've made it to the Environmental Learning Center. Let's go check this place out. Here's a look inside the little gift shop area. They had books and some clothing, water bottles, some stuffed animals, hats, all kinds of stuff that you might want as a souvenir for your stay at North Cascades National Park. So this is a pretty cool place. It's a partnership between the National Park Service, City Light, which runs all the dams in the area, and then this organization, North Cascades Institute, I think it's called, and they run a program for fifth graders in the area doing environmental education, and then they have all kinds of facilities for families and individuals who want to come up and learn about the North Cascades. Really, really cool place. We're gonna go check out the gorge overlook. Let's see it. Another beautiful view of Gorge Lake. So one of the things I'm thinking about is how better this place would be without the dams. Now, I get that hydroelectric is popular. People like electricity, and it's really easy to generate electricity with hydroelectric power when you've got water at elevation flowing downhill. But this gorge would be spectacular with the original flow. It's too late now. I don't ever think that they're going to pull these dams out of here. And the lakes are pretty, beautiful in fact. But one can't help but wonder what this would be like if man hadn't altered it so much. North Cascades National Park is still a beautiful place, and I'm glad I came. But sometimes I wish we didn't have such an impact on the landscape. So here we can see the dam. And so you can imagine what that gorge was like as just a river or a mountain stream, not a lake. Would have been neat to see. Well, guys, we had a great little adventure, and then the rain started again. So Barb and I are hanging out in the tent. I think she's going to do a little bit of work, and I forgot to bring my camp chair in here, so I'm laying on the bed. But this is part of camping, guys, is you having rainy days, and we've had 3 weeks of fantastic, beautiful weather. So I don't mind a little bit of rain. And like I said, we got to go explore anyway. And getting down by the education center was awesome because you could get right at lake level on Diablo Lake, which was really cool. And seeing that alluvial fan where that river or mountain stream came into the lake was really cool. So had a lot of fun. Now we're kind of waiting for the rain to stop, and then I'm going to make dinner and just kind of chill out, guys. We're going to relax because tomorrow we push on to Mount Rainier National Park, and I'm pretty excited about that. So it's been a beautiful time in the North Cascades. So we're going to chill out here and relax, and then it'll be time to make dinner soon. So stay tuned. We'll see what else we do before the end of the video. All right, dinner time, guys. We got pork chops and stuffing, one of my favorite camping meals. It's pretty chilly out, so I'm looking forward to getting something warm and filling in my belly. And then campfire time. All right, we got the chops on. Been using this Lodge cast iron griddle on my camp stove quite a bit this trip. I'm not a huge fan of having to maintain cast iron, I'll be honest, but it's working pretty good for this trip. So something to consider moving forward. Do I want to get a Blackstone or keep using something like this? Hard to say. Can you tell I'm hungry? About to chow down. Got a fire going. After dinner fire, and Barb and Delaney are playing a game called, what's it called, Barb?
Caveman Poetry.
Caveman Poetry, where you guess a word by only giving one-syllable clues. It's harder than it sounds. We use a lot of multi-syllable words. I'm focused on the fire and getting things put away so we have an easy rollout tomorrow. Cargo camper's almost ready to go. We put the camp kitchen away. Just got some stuff to organize, and then we'll take our tents down in the morning. But the rain is holding off so far, and we're having a good night. Well, guys, we are all hooked up and ready to roll. It's been great here at North Cascades National Park. Really enjoyed the park. As I said, my only lament is that I wish that hydroelectric wasn't in the river valley and that they had left it natural. So that's just my only thing. Of course, also just the power lines running through the valley really, messes up the sight lines and stuff. So I wish that we hadn't done that way back in I think the 1920s. Calvin Coolidge, I think, was the president. But, hey, we did, and it's not going anywhere. Seattle really likes electricity, imagine that. So that's that. But anyway, North Cascades is a beautiful place. So this has been part of our 2024 summer trip, and our next stop is near Mount Rainier National Park, and we're actually going to go in Mount Rainier and camp near it. So stay tuned for that. Guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. We exist to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. We want to help you get you and your kids outside. So if you have any questions about North Cascades National Park or camping at Newhalem, drop something in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Or if you've been here, tell us what your favorite part is about North Cascades National Park. You can also connect with us on our other social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter, or our website at campoutside.com. Guys, we have a lot more coming from this trip, so stay tuned. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that little bell that notifies you when we release new videos so you don't miss a thing. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.